Okay, so my demo is on the WannaCry ransomware attack. That was a worldwide cyber attack with the WannaCry ransomware crypto worm. It happened back in May 2017. It targeted computers running the Microsoft Windows operating system, and it encrypted their data and demanded ransomware payments in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency. It propagated through Eternal Blue, which was an exploit developed by the NSA for older Windows systems. That Eternal Blue was stolen and leaked by a group called the Shadow Brokers. And a few months prior to the attack, Microsoft released patches previously to close that exploit, but much of WannaCry was spread from organizations that had not applied these patches or were using older Windows systems that were past their end of life, such as Windows XP and Windows Server 2003. They were able to halt the attack within a few days of its discovery due to some emergency patches being released by Microsoft and the discovery of a kill switch that prevented WannaCry from being able to spread. Something interesting about WannaCry is that it is a crypto worm, and it wasn't done by a phishing attack as it was initially thought. So it was most likely propagated through a vulnerable exposed SMB port. And it's considered a crypto worm or a network worm because it includes a transport mechanism to automatically spread itself. And the transport code scans for vulnerable systems and then uses that Eternal Blue exploit to gain access, and also uses something called the double pulsar tool to install and execute a copy of itself. And that double pulsar tool was a backdoor that was also developed by the Shadow Brokers. Notably, just as some background, was one of the largest agencies that was halted or suffered effects from the WannaCry ransomware was the National Health Services hospitals in England and Scotland, and it affected up to 70,000 devices, including some computers, MRI scanners, and the like. That may have been infected, and they ended up having to turn away non-critical emergencies and divert some ambulances. So you can see how important it is that your servers, your computers are up to date on their security, on their patches, so that things like this can't happen. So just to start, share my screen. Just a second. Okay, so what I've done here to demonstrate the effects of the WannaCry ransomware, I've set up a Windows operating computer in the VM that's operating with the VM. Excuse me, it's older than the 2016. So what I had to do is I was got the Windows 7 operating system on here, and it's very hard to get your hands on something that's that older since it has reached its end of life. You can't really get a copy of it. So I got a copy of the Windows 7 operating system that did have the patches, and then went in and manually removed those security patches. And you can see set up here, we've got a couple of files on here. So important file. This is all my important information. We've got an important picture. So these are the things that we want to protect and what WannaCry is going to target. So what I've done here is I've gotten what I was able to download it from here. You can see, and just on GitHub, you can find the malware from WannaCry. You download it in a zip. And I was able to transfer onto the VM via a USB. Now, normally, of course, this isn't how the WannaCry would have propagated itself. It would have made its way in through the network. But for the purposes of this, we're not going to do that. The zip folder is password protected, so you'll see I'll enter this a little bit later. And I have gone ahead, and with the VM, it's very important, of course. This has been protected from the network. I have removed the network adapter so that it can't make its way out. So again, this isn't exactly how it would work normally. It would have made its way in through the network, but what we're going to do is we have the WannaCry open here. It's in a zip file. So in the zip file form, it's perfectly safe, but once we extract it, this is where we're going to put in that password you saw. And we can already see here, like, some things are changed. It doesn't say the name of the zip folder anymore. You minimize this window. And there you have it. So once you unzip it, it starts the exe process. So it had to take a little second to start, but you can see here, oops, your important files are encrypted. It changes what was in the background there. You try to open your files, they're encrypted. In here, you can see that they're asking for the Bitcoin cryptocurrency pay. So this is the ransomware. You can see how long you have in order to pay that ransomware. If we X out, so we saw the file was encrypted. We want to look at our important picture. You can't look at it anymore. So this is just a basic rundown of how that would have worked. Go back here. I will revert. Snapshot 2. So again, this just shows you how important it is to have that, your patches, your security downloads, you want to stay on top of it. So, this could have been like a regular home personal computer. But if it was something like, as we saw with NHS, we're looking at, thousands and thousands of, important health records that are now part of the ransomware, important medical equipment, like I said, with the theater equipment, things that they would have used for surgery. So it can actually be, it's a huge issue. Now, again, this is, this is 2007. We're not looking, or sorry, rather 2016. We're not looking at the same ransomware, but, as, we continue to go on, as hackers get smarter, as we get smarter, they're very motivated to find more attacks like this in order to gain that information. We've seen it here in Florida. We've seen a few cities attacked by ransomware, and that's going to continue to happen. So it's important that when the patches come out for these sort of things, that we are immediately downloading them and making sure that they're in place so that we can avoid things like this in the future. So that concludes my demo. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for a great semester, and I hope you guys stay safe and you have a good summer. Thank you.